What's up, everybody? This is Cooling Out. We are back.
It is Kev.
And it is Rel. This is like, what, our second, third try now? We just had a Cooling Out take. Oh, man. What's up, man? How you been? Damn.
I have been just a roller coaster all over the place. Between hitting the 90-day mark of quarantine soon, the pandemic, obviously, protest, the current state of events in the world, and then personal matters I'm trying to sort out that I'm hoping to resolve soon that we were talking about.
Yeah.
It's just been a lot. I'm all over the place, but just trying to do my best to hold it together, maintain, a lot more meditation, journaling.
Yeah.
Gotta do what I gotta do, man.
You keeping up with the yoga?
Have to.
These are necessities now.
Yeah, and it's no excuse. It's that or just lay on the couch.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You gotta have shit to pass. We were talking the other day, texting, and you asked me what I was doing. I was like, yeah, I'm just laying here in the dark, trying to force myself to go to sleep. I need another day to pass.
Yeah, I texted you yesterday. I took a city bike.
Mm-hmm.
My original plan was to just bike to the park and jog around the park and bike back. Mm-hmm. But right around the corner from me, there were electric bikes. Those are great.
Like Revel?
No, City Bike has electric bikes. So they go a bit quicker. Yeah, and they're really good. You can cover a lot of ground. So I was like, I'll probably do this. And I took it in the city, went over the Williamsburg Bridge, went through parts of LES, Soho, West Village, saw Union Square, packed. No social distance.
No social distance.
No. Downs is a mass, but not a lot of space. A little bit of Midtown, and then back over the bridge. But I remember texting you when I was done. I was like, I've been out for I think 3 hours now. I'm gonna pick up some food, and that's the day. That's it. That's it, and it's 3 p.m. at that point, and that's it. That's a Saturday.
So wait, so these electric bikes though, you don't pedal, right? These are just those bikes.
No, you do.
Okay, so you still get your little workout.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what the hell makes them different then?
They're faster. And they're less strenuous on the body. So if I covered the same ground as I did yesterday with a regular bike, I'd burn more calories. But I'd be way more tired though, and I probably wouldn't have covered all that. Because it's really good, especially when you're going over bridges and stuff, and you got to going uphill and stuff. It's great. No, it's great.
You still paying for that City Pass monthly?
No, I have an annual membership.
My apologies. I forgot who I was talking to.
Chill out.
This nigga pay for the annual. Is it worth it now? Oh, I guess you've been using it, and they're still during the quarantine.
Especially now, it is. Yeah, I'm getting
now more than ever.
Yeah. I think if I break it down and I just go through my trips, I'll have my return on investment pretty soon.
Yeah,
because of how frequent, especially now, how frequently I'm using it. It's my only mode of transportation other than my legs. So
I'm about to try that out when I get up there. See what that looks like. I'm gonna get on a city bike anyway because probably won't be that much to do. You gotta find shit to do.
That too, and I ain't touched a train since pre-COVID.
Might take it back. Get a 40. ride the city bike. See who fall off first.
Man, it's 4th of July in the hospital.
That's it. I need a new thrill. I need a story to tell.
That's just life. But optimistic though, in terms of personally, things seem to be leading to a positive place. And more importantly, the country finally entering phase 1 here in New York, and hopefully by the time you're here in the 4th of July.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So things are trending in the right direction, at least finally. We're seeing some real uptake.
Because I'm down in Virginia with my mom, right outside of DC, and I didn't even realize that I knew that we were I thought we were in phase 1 of some kind of reopening, but they kind of fast tracked shit we were in phase one day, and then literally, like the next week, they were like, they moved the date up for phase 2. And like it was literally like we were midweek, so like Wednesday actually, and they were like, yeah, starting 5 o'clock on Friday, we're moving into phase 2. Like out of nowhere, like everyone thought it was like 2 weeks out. Yeah. Wow. Like, yeah, so like they're like, yeah, we were in phase 1 for 1 week, and then they were like, yeah, Friday we're moving to phase 2 at Friday at 5 p.m. And I saw it, but I really didn't like think much about it. And then I went out yesterday with a friend from law school. I mean, so like you can't. They have like restaurants and like some bars are open as long as they serve food, but you can't sit. It's weird. You can't sit inside, but you can like as long as if the restaurant or the bar has outside seating or like a patio. Then you're good to go. So like the spot I was at yesterday had space on that patio, the back patio, for at least 40 people. It was definitely the energy and the vibes I needed. Playing music, like and like good music too. I was shocked. Mad people. I don't miss what I saw on my credit card statement this morning. I forgot about that. I forgot it cost to go out and drink. I've gotten used to being home and not spending no money. I woke up this morning, I was like, God damn, I got like the text alerts from my bank, so like every time I swipe, I had like 12 texts this morning, unread. I was like, oh shit, what did I buy? But nah, it was fun. Like, so I feel like we're slowly like reopening. That's a good thing.
That's good though, man. You need it for your sanity, because I got a couple comrades up here that's going nuts, as I told you off air. Not my story to tell, but a couple people going insane.
And phase 1 ain't gonna help them.
No.
Phase 1 ain't gonna. They don't do construction.
Yeah, these individuals, they
gonna have to wait for phase 2. And even when phase 2 come, they gonna buck phase 2. I'll pray for them and the NYPD for having to deal with them.
Yeah, man, that's all you can. Just pray. I just chill,
I'll bail them out.
I'm just glad we finally for a while there NYC was stuck on 4 out of 7 of those metric goals for a while. Just couldn't get over the hump. So
you remember, like at one point, like you was like, "I'm getting all my New York City news from you." I was giving you daily updates.
Yeah,
I just stopped. Like, it was like I just stopped. Like, every time I looked, I was like, "All right, this is depressing." It was like 4 out of 7 for like a week. And then when other regions of New York started opening, and then like there was like no set date for New York City, I was just like, all right, this is just fucking depressing.
Yeah,
like,
when we're literally the only ones, not the only ones. Everybody else. 7
one of
these
these things
7.
is not like the other. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are finally moving into phase 1.
As am I, beloved.
Yeah.
As am I.
I'm going back down to Charlotte this week. I think they're in phase 2. So in Charlotte, you can actually eat inside the restaurants. They're at 50% capacity, so you can actually go inside restaurants. Bars haven't opened yet, but the bar, whatever union represents like bars across North Carolina, they're suing the state because they don't think there's any difference between, like, they don't understand the difference between like restaurants being open, being allowed to reopen, and bars being allowed to reopen. So haven't heard.
As a lawyer, the only lawyer on this chat, how do you feel about that?
I feel like I'm not gonna say I agree with the state's logic in it, because bars are just like such a broad category of things, and most bars, like, you got dive bars where they don't even have tables and chairs and stuff like that. So it's like they kind of like gave them some leeway where it's like, yeah, if you serve food, then you can, and then you also have to like have it set up so that you can have 6 feet worth of distance between tables and things like that. But if you're a small bar and you don't have any tables and you don't serve any food, then you essentially are just creating a hotbed where everyone has to stand around each other. Everyone has to be on each other. No, like so like
no, you're right. No,
like,
you're right.
There's no way for like the government to like approve that without like giving these like very strict like guidelines. You have to have this. You have to have, So right now it makes sense for them to just say restaurants and bars. And to my understanding, like a lot of the restaurants, which would make if I was a bar owner, which would make me upset, a lot of the restaurants are essentially like operating like normally how we see like in New York where a lot of restaurants do this anyway. Like it's not common in Charlotte where like there'll be restaurants during the day and then at night they turn into like bars / lounges. Like that's common in New York. Like Beauty in Essex, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Where you literally be like dancing around people, and like after they eat, you see them come swap the table away and create more space on the dance floor. So like that's my understanding. That's what's been going on in Charlotte now. Like these restaurants have just been like essentially like creating like a bar scene and just staying open later and making money. So
good for them.
Yeah, but we're supposed to be in phase 3 where bars reopen at 50% capacity June 26th.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be in. There
you go.
Guinea pig.
Ain't that like the week, Friday?
That's the week before
the Saturday. It's definitely a Friday or Saturday.
It's that week. Yeah, it's the week. Yeah, it's Friday because it was the week I'm supposed to go to L.A.
Damn,
it's Friday.
I know how to set a vibe.
Yep. Always do it on a Friday.
On a Friday.
Friday at 5 p.m.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Friday at 5 p.m. June 26th.
Send me pictures of that scene.
I will.
I'll probably still be looking out the window. So.
Nah, you just think looking forward to the following weekend, to the 4th. Who knows? Maybe De Blasio will get a conscience and like reopen earlier. Because if you think realistically, right? So they're saying they reopen Monday, June 8th, phase 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about metrics. So like if they look at the metrics after the first weekend, there's no significant like change in the numbers. Why wouldn't they commit to saying we'll reopen in phase 2 earlier?
Well, at that they would definitely. If the first 2 weeks go by without a hitch, then there's no reason not to just stick to the 2 week.
And reopen June 26th, like that last week in June before the week before the 4th of July. That would just make
or even
sense.
A week before.
I'm saying
if nothing happens for 2 weeks. No. That'd be 3 weeks.
Oh,
but if nothing happens for 2 weeks,
you
have the data saying that things are remaining unchanged or pretty much the norm, there's no reason not to start
reopening because at this point you just costing businesses money.
Yeah, and your boy need a summer, so I mean,
but not that ass. And like if you got restaurants in phase 2, people. Yeah, you gotta move that shit up. And like restaurants are already struggling as it is in New York City. Let them reopen, get some money, fast track that plan, which I think that's a dope plan. That's like probably one of the good things he has done is approve that plan to like close down some streets and have so restaurants can have they can set up tables in the streets and restaurants have more outdoor seating space. I think that's
That'd be dope.
That's gonna be dope. So essentially, like, what's that area like? Right down the block from Times Square on Broadway, where they have like that big ass area. Imagine that just being like all over, like in like big areas in Brooklyn and the city. Like just that shit is dope.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
You got the sun, you got the vibes. You know, mad people, everyone drinking. You keep your, a little nice little distance, whatever. But but nah, like yesterday, it was just good to be around people again. Like I missed that.
I'm
shit.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, I was like. Because like the bar, the spot I went to, like when I walked into this big ass bar, and it was empty. So I'm like, yo, why they have us waiting outside? And like, where the hell are we going inside this empty ass bar? But you go to the back where the patio is.
Mm-hmm.
Heard some Drizzy playing when I walked in. I said, oh,
wow.
So it was a lot going on. I was like, oh, this is nice. People running around. I was like, okay, cool. Had me a mimosas, chilling.
Damn, mimosas.
Yeah, a good time. I had my shades on. I was like, oh, shit. Like, I forgot what that felt like. But I didn't wild out, though, because I wasn't with the right crew. So, I mean, I wilded out enough, but, I kept my composure. You know me, I wasn't, like, screaming, none of that wild shit like to do. I was just chilling. No guarantees when I come up there, though. I can't promise niggas nothing. Oh man. Yeah, so let's get into it, man. What's the news of this week? The big topic obviously is your boy. Your boy.
Who?
You. You told me Drew was the best quarterback in the NFL.
I'd never utter those words. He coasting off a rap.
Listen, yo, Drew Brees is a wild man.
Let me set. I think everybody knows.
Yeah, please set it up. Please set it up.
This is from Drew Brees went on Yahoo Finance.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. On Wednesday, this is from Yahoo. Brees drew criticism when Yahoo Finance's Daniel Roberts asks how the NFL should respond if players begin kneeling again during the national anthem. Brees essentially repeated the comments he made in 2016 that criticized since blackball quarterback Colin Kaepernick. Mm-hmm. I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America, Brees said, before noting that he becomes overwhelmed when thinking of the sacrifices many Americans, including his two grandfathers who fought in World War II, made for the country. All right, man. What are your thoughts?
For like the 1,000th time, it's just like that blatant ignorant shit that we've been talking about. Like, I'm telling you that this is not why I'm kneeling. I'm not disrespecting the flag. I'm not disrespecting, the military. I'm not disrespecting the servicemen and women. And nothing of the above. I'm kneeling because to protest racial injustice and inequality across our country. Nah, it's the flag. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
When he said that, I'm like, come on, Drew. Like, you clearly know like what you're going, like what angle you're trying to play and whatever base you're trying to rile up and all this other shit. And it's just like, it was annoying because it's like, no matter how many times you tell people like that's not what the protest is about, that's not what the kneeling is about, for you to still come back now over 3 years later and still suggest that and still suggest that that's why people are kneeling and not first of all to ignore the kneeling and to equate it with a disrespect of the flag. It's just ignorant. Like, it was like fucking stupid. It was like, you're an idiot. Like, clearly you're an idiot. I lost all respect from him. I mean, I never like really looked at him like, oh, I have respect for Drew Brees. You know what I'm saying? But it's more so like, cool. Like, you're a great quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But from that point, I was like, yeah, all right, cool. I'm at the point where like, with all this racism and all stuff going on, where like, when people choose to be ignorant or choose to be blind to facts, I'm like, all right, cool, fuck you, I don't care anymore. Like, all right, I wrote him off. Like, there's nothing he can do for me to like celebrate him or be happy for him. Like, they could win the Super Bowl. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever.
No,
I didn't realize he was friends with Trump like that though.
I did not either to that extent.
He's homies.
I did not either. There's a lot of photos.
Got uncovered, yeah.
A lot of photos. I didn't either. No, I fully agree with all your points. I mean, some people make it seem like we're trying to explain rocket science. And that's why it's like, it's so simple. That's why I'm pretty much to the point I'm stopped giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Seriously.
It's one thing, if you disagree, then fine. Mm-hmm. But don't tell me what you want to hear. I'm telling you what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that it's not a disrespect to the flag, representation of police brutality and injustices against many minorities, primarily African Americans. Mm-hmm. If you hear disrespect to the flag after that, I think you're just choosing that.
Yep.
People aren't that stupid. This isn't that tough. Like, this isn't that hard to comprehend, in my opinion.
It's exactly like we in a calculus class. Like,
yeah. Yeah, you got to know NFL offenses and defensive schemes, but you can't
get this.
Beloved. But yeah, to your point, it's just when it came across my radar, I'm sure I got like an alert or something. Mm-hmm. It's when I got an alert that LeBron responds to Brees. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, what did Brees say? That LeBron, and then that's when I got into it, and he tore him. Rightfully so. I think I'm glad everyone attacked him in the way they did. He deserves all of it. All of it. You can't, fresh off, another black man gets brutally murdered in the fashion he does.
Yep.
The cop kneeling on his neck, pressing on his neck while he's laying on the concrete. For you to immediately, the first thing you go through is the flag, I'm glad he got killed and eviscerated. He
Yep.
deserves, and it's so insensitive and tone deaf.
Tone deaf.
I've seen him kneel. He kneeled with his team. I've seen that. He's done like a lot of philanthropic efforts in New Orleans. I was reading. It was also the guy, because I had that background already. So it's like you can do all this stuff, but then we are fresh. The country is still fresh off this. The entire country is protesting, all 50 states. For you to immediately go to the flag and then talk about your two grandfathers and
nah, they're the only ones that fought. They won the war by themselves. They had the whole country on their back.
Oh God, no! So he should have got what he deserved.
Yeah,
it's just so like tone. It just shocked me how tone deaf it was. That you would.
I don't know who he spoke to before then, but he clearly didn't talk to anybody because his PR person should have been like, cut the camera, cut the mics. Like, what do you like? And that's the thing that's really frustrating about it, is like all these protests are going around globally, not even just within our nation, like globally people are protesting.
Right. Yeah.
And then you have the kneeling situation from 2016 in the NFL, 2017, it bled into 2017. And then on top of the fact that, yes, George Floyd was just brutally murdered from a cop kneeling on his neck. And your response
first thing, yeah.
I will never respect anyone who disrespects the flag.
Yeah, it's only when it comes to police brutality, this infatuation with the flag and what it represents in the military and patriotism. Oh, look at military vets. Y'all should be doing way more for them then. But that's a different topic. They should not be in the physical or mental straits that a lot of them
sleeping outside, homeless, can't find their next meals, all the mental issues they go through, not having proper medical care after they leave the military. It's a lot. But yeah, all this like fake patriotism when it's convenient for people, I hate it.
Nah, he's what he's done now. He up to what, apology number 3, I think. The first one was that you mentioned the PR. Yeah, his PR person, publicist. Yep. It's time to make some changes to the team, Drew.
Yeah.
The white and black hand.
Bro, you gotta disguise yourself better than that. That was so whack that like this is your post, the white and black hand hold it.
What? Wow.
That's the best they could cook up.
I chuckled.
Short notice.
Was number 2 the tears? Or was another Instagram along with another Instagram message?
Yep. But the one the last was the one that got me. That's what I said. Yeah, he fell in the heat.
Oh, when he had to respond to his boy?
When he at Trump?
Yeah.
When he at Donald Trump, I was said, like, yo. I was like, yeah, they must got him under fire right now.
Yeah. He deserves it. I know I keep saying it. For you to be that tone deaf, for the person of your supposed background, just given like what I said your efforts are, your friends are your friends, but you've done a lot for your community. For you to he deserves it. Like, he deserves it. I don't know what comes from it. I don't know what changes, if anything.
Blatant ignorance.
Blatant ignorance, yep. And then you got like Aaron Rodgers coming out on the same day, just chin checking you, just like, I'm better than you on the field, and my morals are better.
His PR was like, Aaron, we need you to post this right now.
Well, I remember he got booed in Green Bay around the time of the Kaepernick stuff because he locked arms with players, and I remember the crowd was like booing. So yeah, he ain't just wake up and to say he been like this. So kudos to you, Aaron. But I did find that amusing. It's it's great time to.
The thing that's like just really crazy to me is like, I guess like what you said, like this choice to like tell me like what my cause is about. I'm telling you what my cause is for, but no, you gonna tell me what my cause is about. Like, nah, you're not kneeling for this. You're kneeling because you don't like the country, and because you don't like the country and you don't support the military, you should leave the country. Like, it's annoying. But what do you think about his apologies? Like, what do you think about all of them? Do you think he actually sees the light, or is it just because he got court with the backlash?
I think he's beginning to, but I don't even care if he. No. People should be enlightened. I'm not going to say that. That's ignorant to say. No, we need as much allies as we can have, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's beginning to see because of just the level. You got Braun responding to you directly.
Yeah,
that should have been a wake up. But then, just because of his stature and I don't know their personal relationship, but then you got your own teammates, a lot of your teammates, and then you seeing the reaction worldwide. Did you see the reaction worldwide from people in your immediate life to people of figures of importance, people of stature, and then people around you? You seeing your own teammates, other players. So I think he's beginning. I think he's realizing how tone deaf. Again, a man who was just brutally murdered, but you wanted to fixate on some like flag fixation,
some symbol. Yeah, that's all it is.
So I'm sure he's had the combos, and through those combos, he's heard variations of everything we've said to each other, and what a lot of people have said. Just on these sports network and stuff. I'm sure he's heard that, and then I don't assume he's a racist. Like I don't think he's a racist I don't think so at all. Either. Which is another why this is like really more like infuriating. So I think that through the courses of these combos, he's beginning to really understand this complex notion about the flag. I think it's because the way he got attacked. And he deserves it all. Again, I will keep saying that. But I think when you get attacked like that from so many different areas, I think the common person, you would have to do some kind of self-reflection. I would hope.
Yeah. I'm torn. So like I all your points make a lot of sense, but the only thing that like holds me back from like jumping on that train is just that like these are the same conversations that people were saying from 2016. Like you've been in locker rooms with your team that's predominantly black since 2016 when this was like when the first kneeling thing truly blew up with Kaepernick and all that stuff. So like I'm sure his teammates had conversations with him then before all of this. So I don't think that like any of these conversations now or even the blowback of it is him being enlightened to it. I think it's more so him just saying whatever he needs to say so that to get the storm off of him. Because I highly doubt you being the quarterback in the face of the franchise. Because even when they were talking about like whether teams are going to kneel or not, I'm sure someone in that locker room explained to him, this is why we should or should not. This is why we shouldn't kneel. And this is why we're kneeling. Da-da-da-da. I'm sure like that understanding was already was already registered with him sometime way before 2020. So I don't think he's just got enlightened to it. I think it's more so, they caught him at an early time. He probably was off the scotch or just woke up and he forgot that he was on live taping.
Yeah, you might have flipped me actually. I might have been flipped to you.
There's a lot of. I'm sure they had multiple conversations before now.
Because the point that, I think no, you're right. I think
and if he knelt before 2016, 2017 with his teammates, they had to tell him why he was kneeling. He ain't just kneeling for the hell of it. He knows why he was kneeling back then. Why were you kneeling then?
Yeah, I think.
And now you just enlightened
again. For you to but I don't know because I'm pretty close to not giving people the benefit of the doubt, but I don't believe in absolutes. So there are people that for whatever reason, just aren't comprehending this. I have to believe that. I don't think the number's as high. Because I'm not the smartest, but I don't know how many.
It don't make sense. It don't make sense. You're right.
I don't think the number is as high as people like to exclaim it is, but
it is. It is.
I don't think I don't know how many. No, I don't know how many people truly don't understand what's going on.
Oh,
that's what I mean. I
honestly think everyone understands what's going on. I think people just are choosing to not accept it. I think everyone understands what's going on. They just don't want to accept it.
This is just it just has to play out. It just has to play. You got to see action and see. We've seen your tears. Like the moment from the first time I read it, though, and Braun's response and then saw his comments for the first time, I was just the first thing in my head is just, when does he backtrack off this? I didn't think it would be this soon. But I knew the sit-down interview was definitely going to come with him reflecting on this the moment I read it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he could have just... Sorry. I seen, like, teammates forgave him, like Michael Thomas forgave him and stuff, but he might have just submarined his retirement season before it even started.
Yeah. And then even, like, so, like, even these, like, teammates forgiving him, I feel like publicly they forgive him, but privately they probably don't.
That's what I'm at.
They're in a
fresh.
Yeah, and you're in a lose-lose situation. Like, I'm Michael Thomas. You know, one, I don't forgive you. Then, like, I'm a wide receiver, so you have to throw me the football. Like, that's the only way I can succeed and be successful if you throw me the football. And then, if I say publicly I don't forgive Drew Brees, like, probably like one of the most wholesome white American quarterbacks ever, then I get backlash for not forgiving him.
Yeah.
It's like we black people, like, we're always in like
world.
The short end of the stick, where it's like you can like say and do anything to us, but we still have to be like the most forgiving people in the world. Like, yep, sure, yeah, no, fine, yeah. I have to sit down and educate you on things and why you don't understand this, why you don't understand that.
Yeah,
and then forgive, and then have to forgive. Yeah,
don't get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, so I truly don't know how many of those players actually forgive him. I think when they finally get in training camp and they're not virtual.
Yeah, we'll get a better understanding when they get on the field.
Yeah, I think that it's gonna tensions are like that's gonna definitely be something that like comes back up. You know, because imagine like if. I don't want to use anyone's name, but imagine like one of our friends, like one of our, you know, we got a lot of white friends. One of our white friends just out of nowhere made some comment like that, and we thought for years that they were like we were cool as fuck. Like imagine like that was just the next day be like, nah, I'm good. The next day because you apologized.
It's gonna take a lot of healing.
In the back of my mind, yeah, I'd be like, oh, all right, cool. Like I'd be like, yeah, all right, cool. I would accept your apology, but in the back of my mind, like, everything will always be different. Like oh, I didn't know you even thought like that. Like I didn't notice how you viewed the like oh okay,
yeah
cool.
No, it'd take a if after like said action we determine we still wanted to hang out, it would be in the back of my mind for a while, and we need to have to hang out for like a lot of times and me really see a character for me to say like okay, maybe like there is some change. It's not happening overnight, especially when we're quarantined.
Yeah, so like that's just why I'm like I don't know. I mean,
he's gonna do an interview though. Like when things open up, he's still gonna do another interview, and I just hope the interviewer.
With who?
I don't know, but he'll do it with somebody just to tell his side. He has to. Like when the NFL season about to.
Who would you hope he interviews with? If you had one person that could interview him.
Well, it's not gonna happen, but I'd do like Charlemagne or like Stephen A. Well, Stephen A could happen.
I was thinking Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, realistic. The people that ask the questions. Like like they're gonna ask the questions we want to, and they don't hold back. They don't sugar.
But Charlemagne would get in that ass though with his questions. He would never side of it.
I just need that question answered. Why is this so hard for you to comprehend? And then to bring up your grandfather.
That'd be my first question. So like, go ahead, sorry.
So disrespectful. No, it's just so like a man just died, and you want to fixate on the flag and what your grandfather's and what it. Yeah. But go ahead.
No, like that would be the first question out of my mouth. So you did not understand this in 2016, 2017. So what changed to allow you to understand this in 2020 versus the conversations that I'm sure you had with your teammates in 2016, 2017? Like that would be like my first question. Like what's the difference? Because I like. Again, I'm at the point where I knew this in like 2017 and 2016 when like it was first starting and people kept constantly saying this is not, you know, Cap eloquently said this is not why I'm kneeling, this is why I'm kneeling, et cetera, et cetera. People were booing players at the NFL games and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, well, you're just choosing to hear what you want to hear because that was like the first time I ever heard of the term patriotism and like, or at least used like so much, just so frequently. Like now, all of a sudden, everyone's patriotic. During the fucking Pledge of Allegiance halftime, no one's like standing up. People all over the place. People don't take their hats off. People walking the concession stands, doing everything under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
But now all of a sudden everyone's just Captain America.
Yeah, people sitting doing the anthem. People like will wear the flag as like clothes. It's just like, and the NFL as a whole looks nuts. Like Roger Goodell coming out and making statements, given the history that's ongoing. We have an unresolved problem that's ongoing. Just everything we know. It's just crazy.
They can't let him slide.
The way people like insult our intelligence is just well, try to.
Someone needs to interview him as well.
Mm-hmm. Nah, that one he gonna play safe. He gonna get a guy that he.
But we didn't handle it well. And again, what's your difference in your understanding between 2016, 2017 versus 2020? Is it because you actually saw a brutal murder? We've seen brutal murders before. We've seen cops shoot people in the back. We had videos of all this stuff. Like, so, like, what's the difference? What's your understanding now versus then? Or were you just choosing to? Because I want somebody to box him in a corner to the point where, like, you kind of have to admit you just chose to, like, willfully ignore that, or to, like, willfully just stick to your stance because that's what you wanted to do. And also hate his bullshit apology where he's not mentioning Kaepernick. Oh, we didn't handle it correctly. No. Like, you blackballed someone out of the league. Like, say that man's name. Like, we didn't handle this situation well. And essentially, you're admitting to the fact that you didn't handle the Colin Kaepernick situation well, but you're not saying that. You're just saying we didn't handle the whole protest situation well. It's bullshit.
No, it's insulting. Them, just a lot of companies. I was on like a couple of different food delivery apps, and they'll highlight support Black business. It's like a thing you can select, and they'll list the amount of Black businesses. And then you see all these donations going around, and sure, these are good things. One, where's the money going? Who are these organizations? These are just questions I have. But to my original, what I'm saying is these are all just being highlighted now because of the country's reaction. That's the only reason. And it's insulting when you know that. Like, that's the only, and we want change. So, you know, when it comes, you want some real change. So you take signs and when it's coming and things seem maybe in motion, but it's still, you can't forget it's happening, and just the way money just runs the world. It's like
and that's the thing, and that's why, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, obviously I don't love the situation. I don't love the George Floyd situation, like the fact that it happened, but I do love the reaction to it because I feel like this is like the most protesting. Like, I feel like this is the most, like, we're getting like this is the most, like, responses that we've had, like, actually forced, like, some kind of change, you know, like forcing people to have to respond. All these corporations, like all these politicians, like, you, like, backing them into a corner. Like, what are you going to do? I mean, I just hope it, like, lasts, you know, like, I hope that, like, this isn't something that, you know, all these companies are, like, donating $1 million here, donating, you know, something here, just for, like, to say they did something, and then a month or so hoping that this blows over, and then, like, everything's back to, like, normal, you know? And that's why I respect Michael Jordan, like, his commitment, because at first it's like, oh, he donated $100 million. No, they're doing $10 million for over 10 years. Like, show me that extensive, you know, your actual real commitment, because that's a commitment. Till 2030, that's some real commitment to say 10 million, 10 million, 10. That's a long commitment, rather than just saying, yeah, I'm gonna give you $1 million now, and I did it, and, like, you know, I'll put my hands up, and that's it.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. That's a great point.
So I'm interested to see how what this is gonna look like in the after effects, but my fear is that, like, now the country's reopening, and, like, even us, like, you know, like, you get like distracted from, like, you know, from everything. The country's reopening, sports about to start back up, and then you just kind of like fall back into your normal routine, your normal life, and people start going back to work, you know, and it's just like that kind of just becomes the backdrop of everything. I hope it's different this time around, honestly. Like, I really do.
Me too. Only time will tell.
Yeah, all the flag lovers. Just. Oh my God, I don't get it.
I don't get it. But
you know, it's crazy. Like, I live in North Carolina, so, like, I'm looking at houses and stuff. I just, you know, just like to look at houses. Like, I want to buy a house, you know. almost every house has like the American flag like stand in front of it. It's like, and that's just like so. Like honestly, I love I have things I hate and love about this country, whatever. But like obviously, I think this is like, one of the best countries, in the world. But like I don't know why it's like a major turn on to me whenever I see a house with an American flag in front of it. Like it's just cheesy. Like we know where we live. Like who are you prove? Like what are you proving to? Like what are you doing? Like what are you trying to prove to yourself or to me? Like I get it. You're American. We're American. Cool.
Yeah.
It's just this fake sense of patriotism, and if you don't, it's weird. Like it's a very weird time we live in, and this is all in the backdrop, in the midst of COVID. On top of that, because COVID ain't going nowhere. I feel like we're gonna live it up for a couple of weeks.
It's in the background.
Yeah, we're gonna live it up for a couple of weeks though, while it's warm. And
yeah, they saying the sequel, but I don't know. I saw Fauci say maybe not. Who knows?
That's the only guy I can trust.
Only time will tell.
That's the only guy I can trust is Fauci. It'd be, bro. Oh my God. I normally I don't fuck with the Repubs, but I got an alert. I was reading the Washington Post Friday. Repubs are, they forcing the passport officers' hands.
What you mean?
They told them they got to reopen. They got a $3 million passport backlog. One of those is mine. Give me back my fucking passport.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I normally don't, rock with the Republic. I was like, oh, all right, cool. Yeah. Y'all put your foot in their neck. Get my passport back.
Yeah, that's crucial now. Like, even if you wanted to, say you're just staying domestically. We about to, that Real ID thing or passport, isn't that like this October?
I have the Real ID, so I'm fine domestically.
Oh, okay.
But international spots are reopening. Like Spain and Portugal are reopening in 2 weeks, I think. For international travelers. I know Mexico is reopening the 14th. I'm not opposed to getting on a flight and traveling. Like, I'm not. I need my goddamn passport, especially like August, September time. Like these are the times where people know. Like I know I take a trip anyway because like September is like when flights start getting a little cheaper. So like I'm down to take a trip, especially since I haven't taken one all year. Except I went to New York twice, but like I haven't taken like an actual vacation. New York isn't vacation. New York is work because all I'm doing is fucking running around nonstop.
Yeah, when you tell me, it just makes me reflect on my year.
It's done. Like,
it's been this apartment, bro. It's been this apartment. Holy damn.
Never watched so much TV in my life.
Never, bro. Never. I get the binges now. Never in my life. I remember when I talked to people. Like, yeah. I'm going to just run through the show this weekend. I'm like, oh, okay. Cool. Do you? I got other duties and responsibilities.
Streets need us.
Yeah, I got commitments to fulfill. I get it now, though. Mindless TV, movies.
Bro, the thing is, though, like, if you made it through, like, by the time they reopen, say phase 2, it's going to be over 90 days for you guys in New York. The people that stay in. 3.5
months.
Yeah, the people that still choose to stay in after that, God bless their soul. Like,
they built for this.
Like, bless them. Because, like, there's no way in hell. There's no way in hell. Like, I believe COVID is real. Trust me, I do. But there's no way in hell I'm not going to be out in these streets.
I don't know what more. I used to be out the house 6-7 days a week. I'm out like 2 or 3 now. And the highlight of my week is riding a bike, or getting on video chat with friends.
Yo,
or I'm talking to like my mom or something. So it's like I'm gonna wear my mask, but
I mean, the mask
I'm not gonna lie.
Stay.
Coming by the time phase 2, we'll have a good reflection of the numbers, especially given all these protests. If those numbers depending on what those numbers say, I'm gonna be out. If thousands of people, no, I'm gonna always remember. I'm gonna keep my mask.
Okay. Good.
It's gonna be a necessity anyway. I don't think you can even.
Yeah, no one's letting you in without one. Yeah.
If thousands of people can protest together, the numbers.
I'm
gonna see what the numbers do, but I'm trending in that direction. That's gonna put me over the top.
The thing is, like, we're talking about this off-wax, but it's like, I don't even like put too much faith in the numbers because it's like the number of deaths are clearly decreasing, but like, who the hell is getting tested like during this time? Maybe I don't know.
That's a great point.
It's like the other day they're like, oh yeah, the numbers have increased 20,000. Like everyone's for most part is out protesting. Like when are people getting tested? Like where are these numbers coming from? But I'm just hoping that like they have to know like it's a terrible time. The economy's already fucked. Everything's closed. Like I'm just hoping that like the city will finally like get, you know, let's try to fast track this and reopen some things.
Yeah, they've already set the wheels in motion that pretty much we're willing to accept some kind of not sacrifice, definitely risk, but you're opening in the midst of a pandemic with no vaccine. Yep. So you inherently are accepting at least some kind of consequence. You're willing to accept the consequences that will come with that.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm not cool. And
put some guidelines in place.
That's it. And go from there.
Put some tables 6 feet apart. Have people sit outside.
Yeah, I ain't running hand in hand with folks, but
nah.
I need sun.
I want to sit outside.
I was a black dude with my vitamin D. I need the sun.
I love it. We could just find a spot with bottomless.
Damn, I don't even know what that is anymore.
Bro,
I used to be a brunch boy.
We used to die before pre-COVID. Die after a 2-hour brunch. Imagine now, like not having consumed any kind of alcohol and that kind of or another one anyway. Like we'd be dead. Like I look forward to it. Yeah,
we'll see.
I used to be a brunch boy. We got the NBA coming back. I really. That right, just brings
Go. You lead.
I mean, it brings a smile to my face. I mean, I'm still intrigued, honestly. Like, I'm waiting in the coming weeks so more details can come out. But as we thought, they approved the 22 team plan, my apologies, where the 16 playoff seeds, 16 playoff teams, and then you have the 6 teams with the play-in, which I like 13 that.
13 from the West, 9 from the East.
Yeah, I like it, which it should be because the West is obviously more competitive.
Yep.
So I like that. Right now, it's scheduled to restart July 31st, and if the latest they'll play Game 7 of the NBA Finals will be October 12th. So I'm shocked about when they're trying to like restart the next season in December. That's a quick turnaround time. But
they did note that we could change that. I think that will get changed. I think that'll get pushed
because Michelle,
they should just do the Christmas thing.
Michelle, the president of the Players Association, Michelle Roberts. Thank you. Let me get her name right. But she wasn't having that. So
yeah, I think she was like taken by surprise.
Said never was mentioned to her. They moving real NFL-ish.
Damn, Silva, come on now. Now ain't the time. Now ain't the time to find your inner Goodell.
Nah, it ain't the time. So that was interesting. But nah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm super glad. Like, you know, I just want to have some kind of sports, man, and specifically the NBA. So once, you know, more details come back and we get closer to that, I know for a fact that that's the date that they're going to restart July 31st. Then I'll get more excited. I just don't want to get excited and then, like, knock on wood, some stupid shit happens, some player tests positive, and then everything is pushed all back and, you know.
I see. I'm on ESPN just looking at, as they quoted, preliminary expectations. Regular season will extend 16 days with 5 to 6 games per day.
Okay.
There'll be 4 hours between games on each individual court to accommodate overtimes, cleanings, and warm-ups. The league will be using 3 courts in the complex for games. In the 8-game regular season format, each team is expected to play 1 back-to-back. The NBA is expected to be aggressive in moving up the dates to start playoff series when the previous rounds come to an end. And the finals format is expected to include games every other day.
Oh.
So what do you think of everything? Huh?
Every other day, is that normal for the finals, isn't it? Like isn't it like 2 days? It's 2 days in between, right?
2, and then sometimes it's like 3 as it gets later on.
Yeah.
It's like 2 to 3.
I don't know how I feel about that every other day. I mean, obviously I'm gonna take it, but I don't know how I feel about that every other. But then again, it's like these players are well rested. You just got a lot of time off.
3 months.
Yeah, so they should be fine. Their body should be able to withstand that. 4 hours in between games. The fact that how many games? This is gonna be 5 games a day.
5 to 6. Yep.
That's gonna be kind of fire because essentially it's gonna be like Christmas, like NBA Christmas.
Yeah.
And because they have 3 different courts, they can like break the time the games up. So like you have one start at 12, one start at 2:30, one start at 5:30, one start at 8:30, one start at 10:30. Or well, maybe not that late because now everyone's on the East Coast. But something like that where even if you have 2 games going on at one time, put one of them on NBA TV, one on ESPN. But that'd be dope. I feel like that's a lot of games to watch in a day. I like that. And we could finally use our league pass that they need to be refunding us for.
That's a good question. Yeah, these all can be televised. So.
Are they going to? If they nationally televise all these, they're going to have to definitely put a refund or a credit or something towards next year.
They would, without question, especially when you made everything free for everybody. Without question.
Come on now. And now you bring all these games back and everything is televised nationally, so then the league pass is blacked out. That's a waste of money.
Yeah. No, it has to be an option. Some kind of credit.
Yeah. I think they will. I think they'll put like one or 2 of those games have to be on League Pass. And then another one of those games would be on NBA TV, and then the other 2 or 3 would be nationally televised.
Yeah, I'll get more excited as the time gets near and I see schedules and stuff.
That's right.
Essentially when they said it was like, 2 months away when they announced it?
Yeah.
I wasn't unmoved, but I barely moved. But it's good to see that they're working, and a lot of questions that I'm interested to read, I guess, the press release, final proposal in terms of like what they're going to do with players, what they end up doing with coaches on the sidelines. Everybody on the sidelines, really. Like, I'm just intrigued about what the presentation is going to be. But I'm glad it's coming back. I'm definitely glad. NBA in the middle of summer, as weird as this year has been, would be very welcome. With games on all day, I will gladly take that. Gladly take that. So,
yeah, that's the thing. It's like in these COVID times, you just learn to not get your hopes up for anything, especially not something where the date is 2 months out.
Yeah, that is a fact.
Like anything could happen. So, I look forward to it. I don't know why this is mad random, just popped in my head though, because I was thinking like about large, like if New York is in phase 2, large outdoor spaces that have like seating and stuff. BK Barge.
Oh, I wonder how they do that. I'm actually gonna go to their Instagram when we're done. See how
that's a wide space with them views. They don't have enough seating though, but
they probably cut.
They'll probably just have to do some.
They always over capacity, so they probably
they'll probably be really strict on it.
Yeah, that's a hot ticket.
That's if you get in there.
Oh my God, I'm never.
You gotta stay there all day. You can't move.
That place is so good. Yeah, that has to be what they do, like a 50% kind of.
Yeah, that'll be dope. But I just don't want to get my hopes up about the NBA. Like, I mean, if it comes back, as you said, that'll be dope. Having basketball in the middle of the summer. On top of the fact we just got out of quarantine, everything's reopening. Once like bars reopen, all that stuff, like it's gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah,
I'm interested. Like, presentation. I saw that they were like thinking about using 2K crowd noise. I don't know how I feel about that.
That seems gimmicky.
Very gimmicky.
maybe if they do it, I might. No, I don't imagine myself liking that.
Me neither.
I get used to it, but it
just
seems
let me
corny.
hear the players talk like I'm watching them at Rucker or some shit. Like I'm fine.
Yeah.
I've seen basketball without noise. Like
yeah. I guess they're afraid of the language, but I don't know what to tell them. Like
it never stopped Melo
as an alternative. Yeah, just bleep them like you do. Oh no, they don't.
They never bleep Melo.
They never bleep them.
Melo cursing getting a rebound.
And it's hard to. I guess you give a disclaimer to the players, but they got to be their natural selves too, though. So it's like maybe the crowd noise is because they got to be themselves.
Yeah.
God knows.
But I understand it from the NBA's point of views because like it's a family game and kids are gonna be watching and.
No, that's what I'm saying. So maybe they shouldn't include the noise so that it can overshadow any potential. Yeah.
Ain't no potential. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. We'll see. And then you got Kevin Durant saying that he ain't coming back. So, sorry, he doesn't plan on coming back. Well, as soon as I read that, I was like,
Kev,
as soon as I read that, I said, nah, I'm good with words. You say you don't plan on it. He can still come back. If he comes back, that's going to be bananas.
It's just best for me to wait. I don't think I'm ready to play that kind of intensity right now in the next month. Come on, man.
I don't plan.
It gives me more time to get ready for next season and the rest. I don't know. July 31st. He got injured last June. I don't know. I don't get it. There's like
even if he comes back in the playoffs, we'll see.
You've exceeded. I don't get it. I know it's your body, but we're talking about almost 400 days. I mean, at what point? So
and Kyrie alone ain't going to do nothing for him.
I ain't trying to see that.
Yeah. I seen him dance all over the place already.
I hope he comes back though. Just make it more intriguing.
Hell yeah! You got people starting for basketball to begin with, and then you got a Brooklyn team with Kevin Durant back. You got all your superstars back essentially now in the league.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be
giving
nuts.
Giannis the shakes.
Yeah, that's gonna be nuts. I hope it works out that way. I don't want to get too excited. But like, I really hope everything lines up and it works out that way.
Mm-hmm. I agree. We'll see.
We'll see.
Per usual. Right. Only time will tell.
Yeah. All right. I think we hit it all.
Mm-hmm.
As always, people, thank you for listening. Thank you for the love, the support. Please make sure you rate, share, subscribe. We're going to have full-length video clips up on YouTube. Make sure you check out the YouTube page. Go subscribe to the YouTube page. And we have it chopped up into 10-minute increments for IGTV. Full audio, as always, on Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud. I think I said that already. But everywhere podcasts are available, all major streaming platforms, we are there. Check out the website, coolingoutpod.com. Again, coolingoutpod.com. We'll have a nice little refresh for that coming soon. Until next time, this is Cooling Out.
Stay cool.